What's up, bankers?
Hello, bankers.
I'm so excited.
I'm so excited. I just can't hide it. We're with Yuki Tsunoda, and I think I like it. We're back on the pod with the man, the myth, everyone's favorite driver, Yuki Tsunoda.
What's up, guys? Banker indeed. I don't know what his banker is.
It's like how Gunther says wanker, like a wanker.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So that's a new kind of the word I can say,
Right.
equivalent of, I guess, bad words. You know, it's not that bad words, right? I guess.
Yeah,
it's not a swear word.
Yeah.
It's a spin on a swear word.
Good.
I don't know what swear
Bankers is my word this weekend.
word. Yes.
That's right. That's right. We're here. We're in Las Vegas. We're with you. The season's almost done, and I think everyone has a really important question to ask you right now. What was your best meal you've had this year?
That's a really important question.
Yeah.
Best meal. Oh, well, it's definitely one of the best meal I had in 2025. Not sure I can classify it as the best, but what I had in Austin, definitely best restaurants I had. I went in US.
Okay.
Which called Jeffrey's, I think. Yeah.
What?
The
Barbecue?
steakhouse. Yeah.
Oh, steakhouse.
Steakhouse. If I remember. Jeffrey's, yeah. That was like the best kind of restaurant I had.
What would we have there? We got a
Steak.
Steak.
Good steak. This bread was amazing. Bread, kind of not too buttery, but kind of buttery taste. I don't know, and some starters. It was super nice.
Do you get to eat more than the taller guys? Do you have to worry about your weight less because you're shorter?
Oh, the thing is, in Austin, yeah, it was a bit. I caught my surprise. I went to weigh myself in Austin before FP1.
Yeah.
Like, I have to step on it 3 times because I couldn't. I never see this number in my life, and like. Normally with the kids, I'm like 63.5 or around there. Or no, actually 62.5.
Yeah.
And when I went first time in FP1, it was like 64.7. It was ridiculous, and
Everything's bigger in Texas.
That's right.
That's what they say.
exactly.
That's what they say.
And I mean, I actually good at kind of adjusting weight. So like, I have to manage the weight now. I brought back to 62.8 or 60.7, which is like a normal qualifying weight for next day. So actually it was okay.
Right.
Without sacrificing any food or anything. But wow, I've never seen that number. And then I mean, probably that Jeffrey's didn't help day before.
And you're getting older. It's harder to
Catches up with
you.
I know.
Take
like,
it from us. We didn't always look like this.
Yes.
you're in good shape, man.
Oh,
thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
we're ending the pod now.
That's it.
Yeah,
That was
that's
awesome.
it.
Thanks for
Thank
coming
you.
on, Yuki. But it's been a long year. I'm curious, because we know that Max loves to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Max is like when he watches documentary, and he's always talking.
Is he?
He's always talking about food.
Yeah.
I think that he resents.
Verstappen, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
that he has to keep in such good shape,
Right.
like for the F1, that he's like.
Yeah.
Have you guys like shared any food talk?
The
this
thing
year?
is, I only see him eating either vegetables or fruits
Right.
in the weekend. So I thought like, okay, maybe this guy don't care about much food.
Yeah.
But I asked him about it, and obviously he had managed to manage weight and
Yeah.
everything. So yeah, that's why. Okay. He was very jealous because opposite side, I'm eating like beef burrito, tacos or spaghetti with the salad, fruits, everything. And like, obviously, what we're eating is a lot different in the race week. But we definitely have a conversation like, okay, what kind of restaurants we had you went last night or whatever. Sometimes, yeah.
So now that you've been called up to the Red Bull seats, I mean, being his teammate, what have you learned from him? What are the lessons that you've learned?
Good question. I think his mentality, I would say, throughout the week is something they're very strong. That never is just very consistent throughout the year with any situation. You know, there are a lot of multiple times this year that they didn't have a probably good car in the race and in the race weekend and started AP1. You know, we were out of top 10 and but how he acted in the engineering room and like through in the session, you know, outside or even outside the session, it's just exactly the same. It's like how amount of confidence he have is something I impressed. And also how he's open with the advices, you know. I think I said something comments in the start of the race in Suzuka. I think you know, as it's probably usual, a little bit media, but they twisted a little bit, and I mean I didn't meant like that way, but at the same time I said, you know, not sure how he gonna be open with the comments, you know, with the advices because. Partly as a teammates, kind of the one with the biggest rivals, right?
Yeah,
sure.
But so I definitely didn't expect amount of how open he is and how very
Generous.
open to help. To basically makes the overall performance better as a team and also as a car, you know, also as a team as well. So that was something that I definitely impressed and I didn't know about before I came into this team.
That's great. Well, you talked about his the focus and going into the race week, you know, where it's such a long season, the jet lag. I'd imagine like getting your rest and staying focused is of paramount kind of importance. How do you kind of stay focused throughout the year?
Good question. I think it's simple answer actually. One, drink Red Bull, or second, you know, chew this gum.
That's right.
Yeah.
It says memory focus is my favorite gums.
Vankas, do you ever feel like you're running on empty, staring at your screen, hitting that afternoon crash and debating another coffee, you know, something that you're going to regret? Well, Yuki, what should they do instead?
Chew the Neuro gum.
That's right. Enter Neuro gum and mints give you clean focus without the crash, sugar, or sketchy ingredients. Don't you think so?
You know, I think so, but the guy with the sensitive palate thinks so, and that's what matters.
And most important thing is taste good.
Yeah.
That's right.
I'm foodie. I'm very
picky.
Yeah, that's right. And I try multiple gums, you know, similar kind of product, but by far the best taste I had, and doesn't really stays in mouth. You know, the kind of weird taste. If that makes sense. That's why I'm not swearing these days, you know. I was feeling uncomfortable. I tried multiple stuff and it stays in mouth, you know, behind the helmet. But now why I'm not swearing these days? Neuro gum.
Neuro gum is the reason that Yuki's not getting fines, okay?
Yeah.
He's keeping the bank account full. He's not getting fined by the FIA because Neuro gum is all about getting your memory right. So when you're in the car and you maybe want to swear, you remember, hey, I've been chewing my Neuro. I can't swear right now.
That's right.
And that's important, and that's why you can only you can swear here, but not in other places because you have that control now. And you can find Neuro at CVS, Amazon, and neurogum.com. And for a limited time, you can get 20% off your first order at neurogum.com by using the code VANKA when checking out. That's neurogum.com. Use the code
VANKA
for 20% off.
How do you spell?
VANKAH.
KAH.
That's how we spell it.
That's how we spell it. It's not how you should spell it. In real
Spell
life.
it however you want, but that's if you want to get the 20% off, you got to spell it like that.
Okay.
Neuro also offers caffeine-free options for all-day wellness and support. Neuro's memory and focus gum are made with American ginseng to support mental clarity minus the jitters. Neuro's sleep and recharge mints offer melatonin and chamomile to help you unwind and rest without pills or sugary gummies. We all know sleep is very important.
Super important.
Super important. We got to make sure we have that tonight. Get some good ass sleep.
That's right.
That's right. Jet lag especially.
Yeah.
That's right.
From Europe.
Come on. Now back to the show.
Besides that, I guess it's just part of life, all right? Life of this motorsports. It's just consistent traveling and jet lag, everything. So I remember first year was a little bit, difficult because didn't know how to adjust the jet lag properly. But These days, to be honest, it's just got used to it. I think I try to get sunshine as much as possible once I wake up. As soon as I wake up, open the curtain and see the sunshine and do some workouts.
Mhm.
That for sure will help some adaptation for jet lag. For sure.
Right.
And I'm sure the neuro
The neuro helps.
sleep. They got something for everything, for staying focused during the day and also sleeping at night. We talked to you in Austin. You were telling us about one of the dreams that you had recently, where you had misplaced a baby.
Oh yeah.
Do you have any other dreams? What's the last dream you had?
I'm not good at remembering the dreams. Last night I had a lot of dreams. I remember.
Okay.
But like it's not like crazy dreams like I had like misplacement or like baby. I don't know, something what was it? Something related to my dad,
Okay.
I guess. He was very strict in karting time.
So sometimes you dream and he's still yelling at you and you're still in the car.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Break later.
What's your relationship with him like now? I mean,
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. Obviously, it's weird to say, but it's partly appreciate those kind of strictness from him because I know myself. I'm such a lazy guy. Like once I have one win or good session, straight away my confidence was over the roof. So like I was really
Kept you humble.
too optimistic,
Yeah.
and it's super easy to be off the ground, float around and be too confident. But yeah, he always makes me stay on the ground and brought my kind of mindset, or bring me back to the shape that I have to be in the mindset, like to have to keep improving and to stay humble, like you said, just you said. So I think partly I really appreciate it, and I have such a good respect between us, and I think. It's still first 2 years, especially once I have a really bad race, straight away he had a call and like, oh, how was it, all this? But
right.
At the same time, I started to ignore him about that, and he started to not call me recently. But yeah, we just normally now talk about just lifestyle, how's going on with my sister, my family. He went recently to the trip with my mom and everything, so it's good.
Do you think you get maybe some of your fashion sense a little bit from him because he's pretty fly?
No, it's coming from me.
Okay,
that is coming from me for sure.
Yeah, okay. So the karting is your karting skills are maybe coming from him. His fashion skills are coming from you.
You should start yelling at him when he makes some fashion.
That's
mistakes.
right.
You should start screaming at him.
What were you thinking with those pants, Dad? What were you wearing those pants? They totally didn't match the outfit. The silhouette was all off.
I know. It's pissed me off because like. I don't know, say joke, but my team, Diego, John, my trainer, is like, oh, your dad is dressing up much better than you, like, is that coming from your dad? And I don't know. I mean, to be honest, maybe I didn't see much him, dressing, I don't know, outside and not well, whatever, because we just grew up with the karting days, which he just basically doesn't care about outfits, right?
Right.
So maybe I didn't see much proper outfits from him, but yeah, he actually dressing up quite well. It's different styles, me, but something that also he kind of motivated, I guess, to come into the track and dress well. So yeah.
That's great. Well, you talked a lot about kind of lessons learned both from your dad, through this process. Also, the lessons that he's taken from you about how to dress so fly. What do you feel like this year your biggest lesson has been both on and off track?
All right. I think started off track. My biggest lesson, I would say, is actually for myself, I would say, which I recently recognized and currently I'm working on, which is like this kind of lot of traveling time, and when you have not have much time to go back to your house and relax, like I started to feel like, okay, where's actually my time is, and there's no much time to be basically truly yourself. I don't know, like truly yourself. Just basically talking nothing almost, and like, well, for example, doing what play with your hobby or whatever. There's not much time, so like sometimes I just feel down, right? Like, or it's just basically coming from tiredness and exhaustedness, and like, okay, don't have much time even like spending with friends or whatever. So, okay, start to confuse what kind of personality I am, and for the future, what kind of things that I want exactly as a person. Not I mean, as dream and target are clear, but off track is different. So those things started to work on with I started work on with like therapy as well, like psychology therapy. Like, okay, how I can make it better with those things, and I think recognizing those things like this early stage, I would say, was very helpful, and I think now it's already in a good way. So it's kind of serious, kind of serious things, right? But I'm very happy that I started to work on those things for the off track. I would say.
I think it's easy, kind of, especially you're still a young guy, and and you're in this crazy environment, and you have so many demands of you. It can be easy for those two things to kind of split apart. Yeah, kind of feel like, well, I have to do this, but then wait, what do I really want? And so I think it's great work to kind of get in touch with that and kind of maybe reroute, your energy.
Exactly. Like most of the days in race week, you gonna meet a lot of people and do a meet and greet, talk with sponsors and those stuff. And how you talk then is all, you can't be truly yourself, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Like how you speak with your friends, you can't swear a lot of things, which I love, and like you can't say those things, right? And like joke around, even though I can do maybe a little bit, but
sure.
And those times are much recently now dominant more those times more than when I speak with my friends or play a game or whatever. So it started to when you have that things consistently throughout the year or last 2 years, it starts to be confused with, okay, what kind of personality exactly who I am.
So being a F1 driver is what you do, but it's not necessarily who you are.
Yeah.
So who are you?
Well, person I love food.
Mm-hmm.
I really love to spend with the people who I care and I love. I like to joke around. I would say. So far I would say those three things I clearly know. But like it's just I don't know, something weird, like things that I know something is going on in my like brain, but it's really hard to tell what it is. That's why
you're still figuring it out.
Exactly. Exactly.
Well, it's great that you're making room for that.
Yeah. And I think I don't know if this I guess it's interesting because sometimes an outside perspective, kind of from what we see of you, we see someone who is passionate but who's like doesn't take themselves too seriously. Someone who's like silly, enjoys like fun and like the joy of life. I think something that fans really gravitate towards you, I think, because which even if times you're not even trying to show it, it just kind of comes through. Is just kind of your love of life and kind of and in those moments you get to see that. I think it's so great. I think it's interesting you were talking about all this kind of work that you've done. I think it ties in really nicely to the helmet that you're wearing this weekend.
Yes.
Because it's the Japanese principle of kintsugi.
Yes.
Is that good? Did I say that correctly?
Kintsugi, yeah.
Kintsugi. And
that's right.
Kind of the general principle of it is that, when something breaks, you don't just get rid of it. You put it back together, and in the broken parts, you paint it gold. Yeah. It's done through, ceramics and plates and things like that, but it actually kind of it makes it more beautiful than it was before it broke.
Yeah.
So can you talk a little bit about kind of what that means to you and maybe the ways in which that's been a part of maybe this year in your life?
Can I be completely honest?
Yeah.
Kintsugi things. I started, I learned what it is after the Kent, the guy who designed
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, because you've done it.
Because I didn't know that. I didn't know culture. What is this?
Oh, interesting.
Even I'm Japanese. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, okay. Oh, he said, oh, Kintsugi, this gonna be your design next. Okay, what is this Kintsugi thing? And after I saw the proper design and the completed helmet, it looks amazing. And how he explained about Kintsugi, exactly what you said, and like
Right.
breaking. Basically, in Japan, there are a lot of beautiful design. I don't know, from traditional pot or whatever.
Yeah.
Design with the blue, everything painted, and obviously at some point you're gonna throw it away, and they're gonna smash it everything.
Right.
But instead of putting it away fully, bring that piece to piece, but complete from different design, putting it all together with a
Right.
gold glue or whatever.
Yeah.
And it becomes a different design, and it looks cool. And it was exactly like that. How my helmet design right now. So it's actually, to be honest, it's one of my favorite best design I had in my career for sure.
Yeah. Well, you've teamed up with our friends over at Neuro, who you've done this helmet collaboration with. But I guess that theory kind of does it resonate with you? I know you learned about it kind of recently, but that kind of, I think it's a really beautiful kind of way to look about life, because I think sometimes you think, oh, that's broken, just get rid of it. Yeah. But it kind of it goes against that.
Maybe you can use that experience and
right.
Yeah.
Bring it back together, but maybe that experience sometimes, at that point in that stage didn't help much, but you can bring that experience to the different part of your life and improve the situation, that things makes sense. Maybe that kind of, you can relate it to that maybe in life.
Yeah. I was just watching K-pop Demon Hunters. Have you seen that?
No.
Oh, so about embracing your demons, embracing the darkness, not throwing it away. Anyway.
Is it Netflix?
Yeah.
Demon Hunter.
That's right. Yeah. Throw it on the queue.
Throw it on the list.
Throw it on the list. Well, anything? What else?
I know.
What else?
I mean,
I asked him who he was.
Yeah, that was
I don't know how
that
much
was
deeper.
pretty big.
What are we doing here? What's the meaning of life, Yuki?
follow your gut passion, gut feeling. I think always following your gut feeling, is always risky. But I think something that when you try and even didn't work, at least maybe you have less regret, rather than not following your gut.
What else is there?
What else is there? What else is there?
I was live recently in the Red Flag podcast. I saw the massive studio in the Wien.
That's
hotel.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
That was really like.
You're like, what the fuck are we doing here?
Why are we doing it in my room? Why we can't do it in the studio? Like,
I'm with you, dude. It's hard. Well, it's following your gut. That's what this whole podcast was for us. We learned about F1 through Drive to Survive. We had other careers, and we said, this seems fun. Let's lean in. Let's do this. My gut is telling me to do something like this. So I think everything you just said, it resonates deeply with me. And, I think the other, most important thing you got to do in life, get some neuro going.
Get some neuro going.
That's right. Get some neuro.
Yeah.
Would you honor us again with we did the Vankas in the beginning. Would you honor our people with a goodbye Vankas?
Let's do that. Maybe we talked this time a little bit different side of myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, Vankas was really fun.
Yeah.
Actually, so let's do that for sure.
Okay. All right. Goodbye Vankas.
Damn, I'm a boss. I'm a red flag heavy